All right, so today we're talking about Halloween Liz, and thankfully it is not Brave Liz, because that character needs at least 3 more buffs before she is going to come anywhere close to Iori, who has not got a single buff, and I don't think he needs a buff. This Halloween Liz, when I heard she got buff, I'm like, okay, does Cu Caster finally have some competition? Like, she's guaranteed MP5. Is he finally? No. No. If you're using her to farm like Cu Caster, use a different caster. It's worth the extra cost. You'll just do more damage, and your head's not gonna hurt as nearly as much. And I'm not even talking about her singing. All right, let's get started running through this. Base attack 8.6k. This is definitely on the lower side for 4 stars. The minimum 4 stars want to be around is 9,000. For casters, they tend to be lower, and that's why casters do less damage. And then they also have a negative modifier on top of that. It's always two things with casters. They have a base damage negative multiplier, or like you're multiplying a fraction so the number actually goes down, if you don't understand the math. And then their base attack is usually lower too. So it's two problems that usually compound on each other, and it's kind of why like casters tend to do. They technically they kind of need the grail levels a little more just to break even. But obviously, if you give grails to Jolter, like, she's gonna get way more out of like having all that extra attack than a caster. HP, not much to talk about. MP charge 1.6k. Sorry, not k, percent. Imagine if it was k. Oof, one arts card gets you 300%. Yeah, no. 1.6%. But these hit counts are horrendous. They are worse. They are fucking worse than the original is. How? Obsessed with casters running triple arts and art spamming in year 1. Holy shit. Oh, excuse me. Alright. The only traits you can even take advantage of for leveling is Evil with the new one with Yoga. And Caster. So that's still, it's not nothing. Like, you can still bond farm this character, like, not super quickly, but you can at least do it a lot quicker than, say, Gilgamesh, who, mind blown that he actually doesn't have a CE that, like, boosts his percentage up yet. Like, how are you, like, it's really, really funny that Grand Archer is released and there's no bond CE for him, when most other archers do have a bond CE. Even, I'm pretty sure Tesla has a bond CE. Isn't that a fucking sandbag? But I mean, a lot of people, if they have Gilgamesh, probably have him at a higher level at this point. Yeah, 2 hits on quick, 1 on arts, 1 on buster, 4 hit extra attack. This is bad. This is really, really bad. Now, like, this extra attack is honestly gonna refund a lot, because you can't crit on an extra attack, and it's like 4 hits. But the standard now is 5, that being number 1. Number 2, this is bad. Like, I don't want to say it, but there's a chance, like, if you don't have arts buff, there's a chance this extra attack is going to refund more than any singular arts card. Like, position 3, probably not, but like 1, probably 1, this extra, like, if you put the arts card in front for arts lead, this extra attack is probably going to refund way more than the arts lead. All right.
I am now doing monthly $5 giveaways as a way to give back to my channel. I recently hit 500 subs and I want to keep giving back to the people that support me. All you have to do is comment on one of my videos during the month. Doesn't even have to be a video I make that month, and you are entered to win. 5 people can win every month, with 1 win per person per month. Only 1 comment is counted as an entry every month. I will send you the prize in a way that works for both of us. Thank you for watching. Now let's get back to the video.
Moving on. Okay, yeah. Just checking what everything was. All right, so first skill got buffed last time. this is what like could have given her potential to do some Black Grail stuff if they didn't tie it to you removing a debuff. Now, the recent MP buff actually fixes this part, but it also doesn't. It makes it even more of a mess. So, it was 12 stars per turn and 2k heal. Now it's 20 stars per turn, 3k heal, removes the enemy's latest buff, which again, this is just straight up saying it's CQ, not farming. The extra steps you have to jump through to get this to work in farming is just not viable. It's not. But after you remove the latest buff, you put the happy Halloween debuff on them for 3 turns, and it's just crit attack chance down by 10%. But it's there for a reason because it enables a niche. And every enemy that has the Happy Halloween status, 20 battery. So potentially this could go to 120, but that means you have to buff every single enemy on the field to be able to remove it to get the 120 battery. Do you see the extra steps you have to jump through? Like I joked that you use Kiyohime to apply the buff and then you take it away. Unironically, that probably is the best way to use her, but you're probably not using them together unless you're memeing, which we're kind of at the point of FGO you can meme and do effective damage. Like you can use a Martha for buster farming and actually do it correctly these days, which it took 10 years for that to happen. All right, moving on. Second skill. 1 turn, 45% buster buff. And you burn all enemies. Now, if they buff this and make it so this burn counts as a buff, then we are fucking cooking with this character. In fact, go overboard with this character, make this 3 turns, and make this like actually work as a buff. And she's still not broken. I hope people realize that. Like, even with that, she's still not broken. She's still not beating Cu Caster, even if you do that. Because the amount of, like, the ways you can screw it up is just, like, way more if you want this character to be able to farm eventually. This pretty much just, like, is a baby burn, too. 300 damage. Like, you're willing to make Liz a type, go all in and just fucking make this skill broken, and make it so that a welfare character actually needed 4 buffs just to beat Cu Caster with his 2. Go for it, Lasagna. Third skill, one of her earlier buffs. Before it was Guts, 1 time 5 turns on a 7 turn, and 8-star Mon. So a better version of Battle Continuation. Because OG Liz had a 4-turn duration. This is 5 and just better cooldown. No, not better. Was a better cooldown. Now, OG Liz is 6. This is still 7, but little more to it. 30% battery. So she always had a battery. You were always able to do buster farming. It just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. And I'll go, like, briefly go over that and why specifically I want this to... It's either you give her, make this 3 turns and don't change the percentage, or you give another, like, actual offensive buff. But yeah. Guts didn't really change. Got a 30 battery. Stars didn't change. And now you inflict Spread of Fire. 100%. But that literally only turns this from 300 to 600 unless she's applying other burns. And we'll go over that later. But the TLDR is that in buster farming, you're double stacking offensive buffs. What offensive buffs does she have? This. You cannot double stack with this character. If you want to, like, shotgun it and be able to double pop it, you need a pen 5 number 1, which it is possible. But, like, you are shooting yourself in the foot at that point. To, like, all you're doing is this, all you're trying to double stack is this, it's pointless. It's why Cu Caster is just straight up better, because like, and like why she works better in a CQ is that like you can choose when you need the buster. You can't really do that in farming. If they don't want to like do that and keep her strictly to CQ, I have no problems. I just want them to like fix this skill, because like even in today's standards, this is really bad. Like the burn duration was fine, but like how easy it is for enemies to cleanse, like a break bar can just cleanse it off. The character itself might have a cleanse. The fact that it's 300 damage doesn't really matter unless you're using Honey Lake or something to enable like a power mod if burned. But they gave her spread of fire, so it's like they're trying to spread more burn. It's like, no, she's not going to be able to do that. All right, passive skills, 8% arts up, 10% debuff success rate. This one makes the most sense to have. Guarantee everything lands. Okay, welfare, you're going to have all these, this, and then just go from there. You'll have the serving coins. It doesn't really matter. She's already in evocation shop. Okay, so this is her most recent buff. She always had defense pierce and a curse 500. So now she inflicts happy Halloween buff. So after the MP, you have a 30 battery. Sorry, not 30 battery, 60 battery. You have a 60 battery. But if you also pop this and they pop the buff, now you have another. So basically, depending on how you turn pop, you get various results. And another reason why they're probably not going to make it so that she can do buster farming correctly. Because trying to buster farm with this part, like, it's not going to be fun. It's not fun because it changes the turn order pop. But again, like, it's just not feasible. Use someone else. Use anyone else to do buster farming than this character. And a CQ, have fun. Last part, she forces the Halloween battlefield. Now, the only character I know that has this is Liz of the End. Hold up. Could have sworn it was only Liz of the End. Yeah, it's Liz of the End. Not Perfect Liz. And then she gives a 20% crit damage for the party. So yeah, at least some DPS. Like, the way I always interpret this is that she is like the sub DPS, like just spamming as much as possible, like 2 waves, and then she eventually dies. This is just nice for ramp up. It goes from 20 to 60, so 10% every level, which like isn't bad ramp up. It really isn't, but it's not enough that like, yeah, like you wouldn't really be using her to like break bars, because she, again, this is the only offensive buff she has. It's not gonna get double stacked unless you're really, really going for it. And she only has 1 buster card, so there's only so much she can even do in a normal buster farming CQ run. Bond CE, debuff res 30% while she's on the field. Honestly, no, because it's only while she's on the field. If it was while she had it equipped, she did it, maybe better, but yeah, no. A, not gonna be Grand Caster. That's number 1. B, this is just not a good Bond CE. It's saying like she's not even supposed to be a main DPS. Alright. That's Caster Liz. Not that good of a character. We've gotten so many more better characters. Still waiting on that Shuten buff. That Caster Shuten Doji buff. She'll just blow Liz out of the water. And if the reason they're not buffing Shuten is because of this character, oh my fucking god, I'm gonna be mad. Alright, peace.
Thank you for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like or sub. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace.